Incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10.
Slam. Check it.
To throw again. Brady to Gordon out left. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
The New England Patriots remain consistent on offense with a stable of running backs. They added Sony Michel, the 31st pick of the draft in 2018, to that stable at the University of Georgia, mainly for his ability to run inside the tackles and add a little thump to their game.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Brady gives to Michel. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Sean Davis that time on the tackle. CD, put on your OC cap here. What do you do? 2nd and 1, you get stuffed. Now 3rd and 1.
You know, in the old days, I would have said we're going to line up and we're going to run the same darn play and we're going to get it right. But nowadays, as tough as defenses are, I want some mobility. I want some movement, putting the ball in the hands of my quarterback and giving him a run-pass option.
Now a first carry here for Shane Vereen. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now he'll throw with Brady. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Working from the gun, it's Brady. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool him with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something. And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. An interesting note about the Steelers opening up on the road here. It's the 5th season in a row that they have started away from home. Longest active streak in the league. And, of course, pitting them against the Patriots, two of the most storied franchises, especially in the last couple of decades. Since 2002, these two teams have met in 3 AFC championship games, with New England getting the better of Pittsburgh all 3 times. And you think of the Lombardi trophies, with New England winning last year. Each of these franchises has 6 trophies, tied for the most in the entire league. Here's Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 45-yard line. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. This is Connor. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 41, Roethlisberger. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Dietrich Wise. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Hey, Sue. Watch Mike. Let's go. 5-2 the Mike. 44. In your face.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. We'll see what they'll do here as they're up against a 4th and inches. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. Boswell signed to a 4-year deal prior to last season, but he struggled a little bit.
Yeah, do you think that they saw 13 of 20 when they signed him to a 4-year deal?
Not at all.
Needs a big bounce back in 2019 if he wants to see the end of that contract.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Brady. Hey, right on cue, they set up the screen and complete it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down. Well, Charles, you just said it a bit ago that the screen might work. Sure enough, you were right.
You know how it works, partner. You throw enough stuff up on the board, eventually something sticks.
Give yourself a little bit of credit.
Okay, one thing did.
Check. Check 55 to Mike. Down green.
On first down, Michelle. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, Michelle. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, That means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
Check. Hey, Alabama.
They'll run on first down. Michelle. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Throw to the right here to Gordon. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Now Brady. And there's the first NFL catch for N'Keal Harry. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Brady, nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's first and 10. Into the red zone, it's Brady. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it second down.
At the 8-yard line.
29, Alpha. Watch the screen. Check it out. Alpha.
Now Brady again. Has a man, and it's Edelman for the Patriot touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass, and the Patriots have taken the lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Brady and the Patriots now first and 10 at their own 27. This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it second and 14.
53. I got him. Go Bandit.
They'll run it. This is Michelle. They'll get a couple yards back, but not more than that. They'll be left with 12 yards to go on third down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Wait, that slide, 80. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And they'll have his man. That's Edelman. And they work this. Well upfield across the 45.
It's a gain of 22 yards. That's good for the Patriots. First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Hey, set. 380. Watching you fire. You can't block me. You can't block me. 380.
On first and 10, here's Brady. A screen here to Vereen. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Kill, kill, kill. Kill, kill.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Check 31. Check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Kill, kill, kill. Shift. Watch the shift.
Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. On second down now, Michelle. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Brady going to try and throw on 3rd down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Brady now, pretty remarkable. 14 of 15 through the air, only 1 incompletion. And another 1st and 10 here on the ground. This is Michelle. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Wait, 20.
On the ground, Michelle. That was the 8th play of the drive, so a somewhat fitting pickup of 8 yards.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
New England on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And this one is right down Broadway. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
Ryan Switzer on the return. The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now it's Roethlisberger. Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. So we have come upon halftime in the Sunday night opener from Foxborough as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Here we go. 180, 50. Bring it. Bring it. 180.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the deep.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24, and he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Brady's throw there, incomplete. The tight end, C.J. Uzomah, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
The throw on second down by Brady is incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver. But now it'll be third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Brady now to throw, and he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a New England first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Wait, that 29. Alpha. 55 to Mike. I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Ozzy.
Throwing on first down is Brady. Open man is Uzomah. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
That throw by Brady incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Well, he's going to let this go for the... He rifles one that's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, here's Samuels. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. Edelman was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. There he goes, right side. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one, it didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Short throw pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. They had that lead, looked pretty comfortable in the first half, maybe got a little bit overconfident because that's gone now.
Almost takes us back to being...
And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 39 yards there, a big one.
As we've seen over the years, offense coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover or put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
Oh, yeah. Check it, reload.
Throwing again. Brady. It's complete. Vereen. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line.
I'm guessing, partner, that if we're in the huddle with the Patriots right now, there's not a single guy that thinks they have any chance of coming back in this one, especially not with Tom Brady.
Yeah, who's Tom Brady? What's he done in the past as far as comebacks are concerned? They're down right now, but that can evaporate quickly with him in the huddle. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Are you crediting your defense?
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. And the 13-year man puts it through, and that'll bring him back within a point. He's got 9 points on field goals now. He's made 3 of them. That gets him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And for him, it's not his concern, right? He just goes out there when they call on him and goes ahead and puts points up on the board. But the offense has got to get together and figure out what's stalling their drives, so they have to keep calling on him.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Now it's Roethlisberger. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
He'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Watch the run, watch the run. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3. Out, Snickers, go spin.
Now Roethlisberger on first down. Being chased out left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 48-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. The tackle made by Derek Rivers.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Quit talking about it and bring it.
On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
First down, Steelers.
Here we go. Black 20. Check. Watch 54, watch 54. Watch the slant. Black.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. Roethlisberger throwing complete to McDonald. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Black 20. Take 4.
Shotgun handoff to Samuels. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. So the solid run on 1st, and I would imagine no real hurry to run that 2nd down play.
No, it's all in your quarterback now. He's going to keep an eye on the play clock and bleed things down, and he's not going to let the ball be snapped until it's inside 3 seconds left on the play clock. Unless, of course, you're playing a video game, you're trying to run it up on your friend.
Nice touch. Cold-blooded, too. On 2nd and 7, Roethlisberger, and he'll go down at the 28. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Tom Brady needing a fourth-quarter comeback here. He's actually only done it 8 times in the last 5 years, but if you break... And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 28, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave them out there so they can work through some of the rough stuff.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now Brady to try again after the pick 6. Over the middle, Julian Edelman, it's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. To Gordon, out left. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
4 yards.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
To throw again on 2nd down. Brady. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
Well, no, it takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
And the pressure gets to him again. Cameron Hayward, his 2nd sack of the night. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback.
20-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Again, it's Connor. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, Connor. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Toss play, Connor. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Dorsett. He juked him. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Brady. Looking for Edelman, and he hits him. It's complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Mike 55, Mike 55. Rip.
He's back to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. New England on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This time it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzama. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
Wait, that Alabama. 380. Get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. 380.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Edelman, the intended receiver that time, but now it's 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. And able to find Dorsett. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 20-yard line. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason, but now I'm listening to you. So for the Steelers, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for New England, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.